By now, you should have watched the bibliography video, and you should have checked out the interactive plagiarism tutorial. And at this point, I'm going to teach you how to take notes, and the note-taking system that I'm going to teach is called 3-keyword note-taking. And it's important that you learn this now because for other subjects and other grades, you'll be required to use the same system of note-taking. And the reason that we teach this system is because it's really good at having you put information into your own words, which will assist you in avoiding plagiarism. Okay, and so once you get a handle on this note-taking system, you're going to find writing essays and answering questions that require research a lot more efficient and easy and comfortable. Hopefully you'll be comfortable with the fact, knowing that you're not committing plagiarism. So the basic idea with this note-taking system is that you condense main ideas down to 3 to 4 words. And so you can see here with this article, and I thought this was a great article to start out with because it's about being positive and the benefits of being positive and being proud of yourself with many in different areas of your life, and how that can impact your academics and how you do in school. So you'll see the article is on the left and my notes are on the right. And so you can see for each paragraph, I've taken the main ideas and condensed them into 3 to 4 words. So you'd take the information that you're using in your research and you'd read it a few times. And then when you're ready to take the notes, you'd read each paragraph a few times. And ask yourself, okay, what are the main ideas? How can I condense them into 3 to 4 words? So let's take a look at this first paragraph. A new study claims that if you remind yourself of your strengths and think about the things that are important to you, you will improve your problem-solving skills while under stress. So I chose 4 words. I thought remind strengths, because if you remind yourself of your strengths, this is the main idea, right? You will improve skills, okay? So there I've condensed it into 4 words. Remind strengths, improve skills. You'll notice that each one of those words is either a noun, a verb, an adjective which describes a noun, or an adverb which describes a verb, okay? So I haven't selected little words like if and of and your. I have chosen important words. So then I move on to my next paragraph. Self-affirmations are the encouraging words you tell yourself. Many people use self-affirmation to overcome challenges and achieve goals. They can set a person free from relying too much on what other people think, and they boost confidence. Now there is scientific evidence that they lessen the effects of stress and increase problem-solving abilities. So I found the main idea in each of those sentences, condensed them down to 3 to 4 words. So I thought it was important to identify what self-affirmations are, encouraging words that one says about themselves, overcome challenges, achieve goals, boost confidence, lessen stress, increase problem solving. And I know that all of these things here have to do with self-affirmations, okay? Now, a word that has a hyphen in it, like problem solving, would be still considered only 1 word, okay? So there's a few little tricks that you can use, such as that. Another trick would be if there was numbers don't count as words. All right, on to the 3rd paragraph. Taking tests, giving presentations, completing assignments, and working with others can cause stress for some students. And so right there I thought, and rather than listing all those things, those all have things to do with school. I'm just going to put school stresses, and I'm going to know what I'm talking about there, just from those 2 words. Stress can hinder a person's ability to solve problems and be creative. It can even lead to anxiety or panic. Students affected by stress tend to get lower grades. So I've got decreases solving and creativity, and anxiety, panic, and lower grades. Okay, so all of these things And so you can see how I've taken these three paragraphs and I've condensed it down to this information here, the main ideas within each. Researchers from Carnegie Mellon University, CMU, rounded up a group of students who were stressed out for a month. They split the group into two. One group was given a brief self-affirmation exercise in which they concentrated on positive things that were important to them, such as family, friends, and other stuff they valued. The other control group did not do the self-affirmations. Then both groups were given difficult problem-solving tests. So for this one, you can see I didn't condense every single sentence. I just thought about the main ideas, and I thought that they were that at Carnegie Mellon University, they took stressed students and gave them a test, and there were two groups. And more details come later in the next paragraph. So the students who did not do the self-affirmation exercise didn't do great at problem solving and did 50% fewer problems. Those who concentrated on the positive aspects of their lives eliminated the effects of their stress and performed like a low-stress person. So again, I've condensed it down to the main idea here. To know self-affirmation, not great, that's 4 words. We've got a hyphenated word here, so that would only count as 1. Self-affirmation, low-stress performance. So the idea is everybody will choose different words. Quite commonly they'll choose similar words, but everybody does it a bit different. But the key is that you should be able to look at just your notes and be able to know what the main idea was. So I know here when I look at these notes here that the group that did no self-affirmation did not do great on the tests. Those who did self-affirmation performed like low-stress performers. All right? Moving on. So a previous study showed that self-affirmations allowed people to be more open to realizing their mistakes. They were also quicker to correct mistakes. So self-affirmations, realizing, correcting mistakes. So realizing their errors, more open to realizing their errors, and were able to correct mistakes. Further research suggests Facebook is not the time waster some people claim it is, but a type of self-affirmation tool. One Cornell University professor said Facebook can give people a sense of well-being. Facebook profiles are a place to display the things we like about ourselves and to share with family and friends the things that are meaningful to us. So Facebook is a self-affirmation tool because it allows people to display the things that they are proud of, which adds to their sense of well-being. The latest study points to the value of self-affirmation exercises in schools. David Creswell, a CMU professor, believes this type of program at the beginning of the school year could build students' confidence and ease the effects of stress for the entire school year. So there is value in these kind of exercises, self-affirmation exercises, for schools as they can build confidence And our final paragraph, people under high stress can foster better problem solving simply by taking a moment beforehand to think about something that is important to them, Creswell said. It's an easy to use and portable strategy that can roll out before you enter that high pressure performance situation. So I've condensed that whole paragraph down to stress, moment, think, important. And so when I read that, I need to remember that what these keywords add up to is that when people are under stress, they need to take a moment to think about what's important, and that will make them do better at the stressful task at hand. And just for fun, there was an added little bit of did you know information at the end of this article, and I just thought this was interesting. I didn't take notes on it, but laughing lowers stress hormones like cortisol, epinephrine, and adrenaline, and strengthens the immune system by releasing health-enhancing hormones. The stress hormone cortisol not only causes abdominal, so stomach fat, to accumulate, but it also enlarges individual fat cells, leading to what researchers call diseased fat. So I did not know that, and I thought that was just interesting. So just a little bit of hopefully some interesting information for you. So this article would fall under the psychology end of science. And you can see again how I've taken the entire article, and with many of the some of the paragraphs, like this one, I was able to limit it, condense it to 4 words each paragraph. You can see how I condensed each one of the main ideas. So that's how you do the 3 keyword note-taking system. Taking that system of note-taking or using that system of note-taking is not going to be beneficial to you if you're not choosing important words and you're not able to then look at the notes and then remember what the main idea is. So to assist with that, I would recommend that students use a note-taking template like the one that I'm providing here or showing you, in which not only do you include your 3 to 4 keyword notes, but you also include a little summary of each one, so that, because sometimes we take notes and then so we do our research and then we come back to it, say days later or a week later, and sometimes it's a little bit harder to figure out what those keywords, why they were chosen, what the main idea was. So it's a good idea to take those and either I've seen where a student will just create a larger summary at the bottom of the notes, or you can use a table like this that I'm showing you, a template in which beside each paragraph's notes you quickly write the main idea or a summary of them. So you would use a sheet like this, and for the assignment that you're going to have to do here for note-taking, you will be required to use the same note-taking template. And the learning intention for this assignment is that you can show that you can make organized, complete notes and that you can read the notes or remember the notes, okay? So what you would do is you would, right here, you can see for this step here, I want you to include the bibliography information. So this is, I've included the proper formatting for this article. So the article was called Telling Yourself the Good Stuff, and it came from Classroom Ready National Science News, and I have the date and the page that came from. So I want you to include that in the your assignment, and always with your notes. This will help too later when you go to put your final bibliography together. You'll remember where you got that information, and it also helps if you decide to take quotes from your resources. So once you've got that, you can see that I have written my notes, all of those notes that I just showed you on the article that we went through. I've added them into this first column, and in the next column I am going to put the ideas into, I'm going to summarize those ideas so I remember what exactly those keywords meant. So you can see here in the second column that I've gone through and I've basically shown that I can read my notes, that I can put them together and make them make sense. And so I've done that in a very basic way, and I haven't always included every single point because I can, if I want more details, I can refer to the note-taking column, which might be a little bit more specific. So, for example, remind strengths, problem solving improved. What this meant to me when I went and read these notes is that research shows that by reminding ourselves of our strengths, we improve our problem solving. Self-affirmations, encouraging words, overcome challenges, boost confidence, lessen stress, increase problem solving. And so here's an example of where I've really condensed it even more in my reading of it. So self-affirmations have a number of benefits. That's the main idea. If I want to know what those benefits are, I can go and read that in the note-taking column. So here you can see, by filling out that second column, I've shown that the notes do make sense and I can read them. So it's a good idea to do that, just simply because if you wait a week, sometimes you can't always, it is a little bit more difficult sometimes to decipher the notes. But if you're doing a really good job, it shouldn't be too tough. So your assignment for now is going to be to take a look at the following article here called Rats Being Used to Sniff Out Landmines, which has absolutely nothing to do with the article that we just took notes on, but I thought it was just really interesting, and I think you'll find it interesting too. And I want you to use that same sheet that I just showed you, that same template, and I've included it in the course here, to take notes on this short article using the 3 keynote